Chapter 41. Good. He, Shaw nodded. I have to survive here, and if anyone stands in my way, the consequences will be dire. His words sent a chill down everyone's spine. His Pigeon resembled a cold-blooded killer. He seemed genuinely capable of murder. Even Tiao Jiejin, who usually wore a carefree smile, became serious. A question began to form in his mind. Who exactly is Pigeon? With this turn of events, like a flock of obedient sheep, stood up and moved behind the iron plate. Seeing this, Pigeon slowly released his grip, and the middle-aged man and glasses nervously supported each other. Pigeon knew he had achieved his goal. He was now the sole leader of the group. How do you plan to ensure everyone survives? A slightly chubby girl asked. One phrase will explain it, Pigeon said slowly. The answer is eagle catches the chicks. Eagle catches the chicks. The crowd seemed confused. We now have all three roles. Tishore raised his hand and pointed at the black bear not far away. The eagle. Then he pointed at the disheveled group. The chicks. Last, he glanced at Yao Jiejin, the mother hen. Yao Jiejin grimaced in disgust. Couldn't you pick a better name? The crowd started to understand. The iron plate on the ground was heavy. To use it as a defense against the black bear, the best way was to roll it along the ground. But the plate's area was limited, and its mobility was poor. If the group scattered, their situation would become dangerous. The best strategy was for one person to move the plate while the rest formed a line behind them. As the group processed this plan, the black bear was approaching. Its eyes seemed to lock solely on Tiao Jiejin. It's coming, Tishaw whispered to Tiao Jiejin. Tiao Jiejin immediately extended his legs behind him, forming a slanted stance, and pressed his shoulder against the iron plate. In the next second, the black bear swung its thick forearm down with force, slamming into the iron plate. Clang! A loud noise echoed as the bear's attack was deflected. Both it and Tiao Jiejin took a step back. Luckily, Tiao Jiejin had prepared for the defense, or else the impact, even though unable to break the plate, would have crushed him. Seeing the danger, the group tightened their formation, standing closer together. 4 men were at the front, while 5 women stood behind. The middle-aged man, now compliant, grabbed onto TXIA's shirt. Hey, liar, how many more hits like that can we take? Tiao Jiejin grunted. Tisha glanced at the clock on the wall. Relax. Only 7 minutes left. 7. Tiao Jiejin was stunned. It's just starting. The black bear's stamina isn't great, Tisha explained. I doubt it will keep attacking without a break. We just need to endure the initial onslaught. Don't let your guard down. The black bear adjusted its stance and started moving sideways. Tisha pulled on Tiao Jiejin's shirt, directing his movements, and they began rolling the iron plate. This maneuver frustrated the bear. Although it had destructive power, it wasn't a nimble predator. It couldn't quickly attack from the side and had to keep repositioning its massive body, no matter where it moved. The iron plate was always facing it. The black bear growled in frustration, having circled the group entirely without finding a vulnerable spot. In fact, there's an easy way to break the eagle catches the chick strategy. The eagle abruptly changes direction. For example, if the eagle had been moving right but suddenly switched to the left, the momentum of the line of chicks would cause someone at the end to get caught. This was a tactic everyone learned through childhood games. Tisha didn't believe the black bear would figure out such a clever trick in such a short time. Good, very good, Tisha muttered. We'll just hold this stalemate. The group held onto one another, forming a long line, yet maintaining a safe distance from the bear. Your plan might actually work, Tiao Jiejin whispered. And I'm getting a little tired. Hang in there, Tisha urged. 6 minutes will pass quickly, and I haven't eaten for a whole day and night. It's coming, Tisha shouted. Tiao Jiejin immediately adjusted his stance, lowering his body as he braced for another impact. This time, the force was much stronger. Tiao Jiejin almost lost his balance, nearly falling along with the plate. This damn bear won't quit. The middle-aged man shouted in panic. Hey, kid in the front, hold it together. Why don't you come up here and try? Tiao Chia Jin snapped back, feeling his entire body ache from the impact, as if his bones were going to break apart. The black bear, realizing its full strength attack hadn't broken through, were furious. It paused momentarily, then began slowly backing away. What's happening? Glasses asked. Was it giving up? He frowned slightly, sensing something was off. Backing away. Damn. He suddenly realized what was happening. He crouched down beside Hiyaoji Jin, bracing against the plate, and shouted to the middle-aged man. Hey, you control the direction. Huh? Although confused, the middle-aged man knew the iron plate was their lifeline. He didn't dare slack off and began tugging on their shirts, adjusting the plate's direction as Kaizhou had. Just as Kaizhou predicted, the black bear wasn't retreating. It was preparing to charge, using a running start to increase its impact. It's going for an all-out attack. Kaizhou told He, if we can block this, there's a good chance we'll survive. That's no reassurance at all. Jin sighed. The problem is, we don't know if we can block it. The black bear kept retreating, inching closer to the wall. The middle-aged man, guiding the direction, helped nervously. The bear's regular strikes were deadly enough. If it added a running start and threw its full weight behind it, could this iron plate really withstand the oncoming collision? When it charges, give us a heads up, Jin shouted. But the middle-aged man seemed lost, his eyes darting around as if plotting something. The bear scraped its claws against the ground, then suddenly charged. Seeing this, the middle-aged man didn't hesitate. He abandoned the group and fled to an empty spot in the back. Hey, you! Jin started to curse, but the sound of pounding footsteps cut him off. He quickly lowered his body in preparation. At this moment, Glasses stepped up, pulling on Xia's shirt. The direction's wrong. Move a little more to the right. Both Kaizhou and Jin widened their eyes. It's too late to adjust. Brace yourselves. As soon as the words left their mouths, they felt like they'd been hit by a speeding truck. Their bodies, along with the iron plate, were flung into the air and then slammed hard onto the ground. The impact sent the group tumbling, and the plate toppled over, crushing Kaizhou and Jin beneath it.